Okay, so everybody was frolicking about, good-looking men everywhere, beautiful women everywhere, and it looked normal. But my friend was waiting for the Mercedes people to get there, all right? So finally, the Mercedes people show up. Okay, this is where I really was able to connect the dots pretty quickly. These people, it was an older man, an older woman, very disheveled. All I can think is that they must have been the neighbor of the modeling lady, because why wouldn't you get somebody who at least looked the part? Now, I do understand that a lot of times with the super rich, you get to a place where, and I'm not super rich, of course, but when you are legit, you don't have anything to prove to anybody, so you don't need to be super fancy all the time. I think it's those people that are trying to fool people sometimes that really try hard to put the looks on. But saying that, these people went the complete opposite direction so far that it was very evident to me. They literally were so disheveled and dirty. They looked like they had rolled out of a trailer park somewhere. They had their child with them that was also disheveled and dirty. I mean, there was nothing about them that read undercover millionaire, undercover billionaire. They were not people who were successful playing it down. No, they were just down and dirty people that this woman rounded up, posing as these Mercedes people. They weren't even talking to the girls or talking about Mercedes. Nothing. It was the weirdest thing. But then it got weirder, okay? So I wandered through the house, and this guy had weird, Nazi paraphernalia all around that was really creepy and strange. But then finally he came out and met me. Oh my God, you should have seen his face. He was like shock and horror, because I'm an older white woman. I'm not a hot, young, naive Brazilian supermodel, So he was really rude to me. But then here's the final kicker that's the weirdest part of all. So it was time for dinner, because it was supposed to be a dinner party, all right? It was time for dinner, and guess what? All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, all of the good-looking men, all of the people who were friendly and playing volleyball and all this jazz, they all left like that. All of a sudden, they were all gone. All gone. And then the only people were left was me, the older woman who was also older that ran the modeling agency, these young handful of young Brazilian and Polish models, and him and his older guy friend. And it was the most awkward dinner party in the whole world. These young girls, they didn't know how to ask the question, why did everybody leave? You know what I mean? And it was so obvious that it was just a big ruse to make these girls feel comfortable, but it wasn't authentic, obviously, or real. It wasn't a real dinner party. It was a scam to get all these beautiful girls to meet him and his rich dude friend. And my friend was still naive, and I had to talk sense into her, even after that.